What's going on, guys? This is Kareem from DJBooth.net, and I'm here in the lab to give you guys a very special feature DIY installation video for the Pro X Fade Professional DJ Crossfader. Now, this was brought out about 6-7 years ago by Eclectic Breaks, and the Ebsell shop is where you can get them at. And it's called the Pro X Fade Professional Crossfader. So if you guys have been paying attention to all of the different DIY and upgrade videos that I've been doing here on the site, you guys will know that this is the Cord KM202 mixer, and we recently did a few upgrades to the mixer because we just love it so much. The first upgrade that we did was we skinned it to look like a Stanton T120. The turntables that we do have here in the lab, we have 4 of them. So we wanted the mixer to look just like it, and StyleFlip.com gave us the skin. We applied the skin in the DIY video, and we also did an upgrade to put a Tractor Audio 4 sound card inside of this mixer, so that way we don't have all the clutter and cabling in order to hook up your turntables. It's a real easy and simple setup process now. You just plug in your USB directly into the mixer, and you plug in your turntables, and you're ready to go with Tractor. So we've done that upgrade, and we've also replaced all of the caps with these rubber-coated, really nice to the feel DJ Tech Tools Chroma caps. These are the silver ones, and they look great and they feel great. So we thought it was also natural that we would want to eventually upgrade the Crossfader. The Crossfader that's in here is an alpha fader. It's pretty good. It works still just as good as almost the day we bought it, and this is a pretty old mixer. We had it for about 5 years now, 4 or 5 years, somewhere around that time frame, and it still works just as good as day one. But we wanted something that was more customizable, a little bit more of a update to the feel of the Crossfader. It feels really professional. This is a professional grade Crossfader. You have a lot of metal internals here. You have better technology all around. You're allowed to adjust the tension. You're allowed to adjust the cut in. And you also have this nice thick fader stem, so you're not going to have any type of bends or breaks when you're in transport or when you're just going real hard with the Crossfader and scratching. So we're going to unbox it first, then we'll take you through a quick rundown and DIY on how to install it, and we'll see what we get in the box. Really nice packaging, by the way. Big shout out to Mike from eclecticbreaks.com. We'll have the website and the links in the video description as well as on the website. Alright, first up we get some Pro X Fade Advanced Crossfader Technology stickers, decals. You have a instruction type booklet, shows you how to prepare for your installation. There are different caps to fit, or fader plates to fit your mixer, and then there is an adjustment tool, also comes with the Crossfader. You get a Crossfader knob, and there's also some fader lube here for you as well. On the other side is the actual Pro X Fade Crossfader itself. So now we're just going to take a deep dive and we're going to install it. Again, this fader is compatible with many different mixers: Allen & Heath, Vestax, Gemini, Stanton, and of course the Korg that we're going to be plugging into the unit now. So let's get down to the DIY installation. Okay, so here's the mixer and the Crossfader, everything that comes inside the box. First things first, we have to remove all of the buttons and knobs, and then we have to take off this faceplate in order to access the Crossfader, the original Crossfader. So we go with the removal. Again, these are some really high quality knobs that we got from DJ Tech Tools. Chroma caps they're called, and they look really good on this mixer. Way better than the knobs that originally came with this mixer. Next up we have the screws, 6 screws that are holding this in place. Okay. Now the faceplate is free. Take the faceplate off. And now we expose the crossfader. So take the crossfader out. And now we remove the crossfader from the connector, and that's the original crossfader out of the way. Okay, so we just cut away for a quick second because we had to make some slight modifications. The Korg mixers all have 3-prong style crossfader connectors. Most mixers and most other crossfaders will have a 4-prong style lead on it. So in order to change the wiring, we had to cut the original 4-prong connector from the Pro X Fade, and we had to do a little bit of soldering and wiring magic in order to connect this fader to this mixer. Most of your other mixers, such as your Stanton and your Allen and Heath and your Vestax mixers, won't require this style modification. But if you have a mixer that's a little bit different from the rest, and the Korgs are a little bit different, you'll have to do a little bit of a modification. Again, this only took me 5 minutes. Soldered some leads to these 3 connectors, because with the Korg you only need to use the channel 1 connectors. The channel 2 connectors you don't need at all. So only the channel 1 connectors go into the 3-pronged wire for the crossfader connection. So once we have these 3 in place, the diagram was provided to me by Mike from EB from eclecticbreaks.com, and if your mixer is one of these special mixers and it will work with it, he can also hook you up with your wiring diagram so you know exactly how you have to connect it, just in case you don't have a plug and play operation. But most mixers that are 4-pronged, this is a plug and play operation, so it'll be pretty easy for you guys. It's pretty easy to make the modification as well. So as you can see, I now have a time code vinyl on channel 1. We're going to press play on this and let you guys see that we do have an output here on that channel, and we'll let you see how this works. So as you can see, the crossfader is working just as it's supposed to with just the 3 connectors here. We also tested the other side, but I only have 1 turntable plugged in right now, so let you guys see it. And now that you see that it's working, we will now make the small adjustments to the crossfader tension, and we'll also make the adjustments to the cut-in distance of the fader. Right. To start off with, in order to make your cut-in distance adjustments, you want to remove the shell of the Pro X crossfader, and you want to turn it over so you can see the insides. Now these wheels on the right and the left hand side of the crossfader will allow you to adjust the cut-in distance. They do that by moving a rubber type bump closer or farther away from the closest portion to where the crossfader hits. So you'll be able to get rid of all of your minor dead space that you have in the crossfader if you have any already. So we'll see what kind of dead space we got in there first to start out with, and then we'll make our adjustment. So turn this up. We're going to do this side of the crossfader first. So as you can see, there is a lot of dead space there. I'm moving the fader and there's no sound coming on. So we've got a lot of adjustments to do here. We're going to move this to where the sound finally comes on, and then you're going to adjust it by rotating this screw lever here until you get it to the desired place. A lot better, but we want to make it even better than that. It's very small now. think we got it. Alright, that's the final adjustment. As you can see now, when we move the crossfader just the slightest bit, you're on. That's how we like it. Almost no dead space, very light. And it's ready to go on that side, and we'll do the same for the other side. Alright, now the other side is now adjusted. There's basically no dead space on either side. So as soon as you move it a little tiniest bit, the sound is going to come on. So now that we got both of those adjusted, we can now take a look at setting the torque or the tension of the crossfader. These adjustments could have also been made with the cover on, but we removed the cover in order to show you guys just how it looks underneath. But as you can see, the cover does have cutouts to where you can use the provided tool in order to make your adjustments. There's also a torque setting adjustment, which is right here on the front, and we'll use the tool in order to adjust the torque accordingly. I like it looser. I like it loose like the crossfaders were for the focus fader back in the day. So I'm going to make this very, very loose by using this tool and untightening counterclockwise, which is making it looser and looser. Still not as loose as I want it yet, but we'll continue to make the adjustment. And that is it. And we are really loose now. And it's really easy to go from one side to the other. And we're ready to go. Let's put it all back together. Now we would normally use the supplied plate here, but you can see, as you can tell, as soon as we use the supplied plate, it would not work in this mixer because the connectors are off, or the screw holes would be off. So we're going to actually use the original faceplate that came with the original fader in order for reinstallation. So we remove the screws from the original fader. And we'll attach it to the new fader, so that way we get a real snug and easy install when we button everything back up. Alright, old fader plate is reinstalled on the new fader, and we're going to tuck the wires into the cord mixer. And we know it's going to fit perfectly because we have the same plate on there as the original. So we'll screw this one back down. Now that all of our adjustments are made, we have it at the cut-in we want, we have it at the tension we want. Now we're ready to reinstall everything and see how it all looks back together again. So I'm going to do one more check really quickly because I just want to make sure nothing changed. Really nice cut in. It's right there, right at the edge. Everything is just the way we want it. So now we can go ahead and put everything back together again. Alright folks, so there you have it. That was the complete installation. As you can see, the chroma caps still fit on top of the thick fader stems by Pro X Fade. So we were still cool there. We didn't need to use the supplied cap. We also have the fader lube. We could apply lube whenever we need it. Doesn't feel like we need it right now, but whenever that tightens up and it feels like we need a lube, we'll go in there and apply the lube by removing that cover as you saw earlier. Again, this is the Pro X Fader. You can get this from Eclectic Breaks. That's eclecticbreaks.com. We'll have all of the links in the video description as well as in the story post on our website. And we'll have a lot more DIY videos, a lot more reviews and cool feature videos like this coming for you soon. So make sure you stay tuned to the website, which is www.djbooth.net/DJS. Thanks for watching.